What's up guys, this is Shirei talking, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, let's fight versus Qianlong on the new attacks. That is also the same fight that you can find on the new book. And the Qianlong fight is a little different than some others, because he does not want you to use elements that are not the ones he's weak to. And those are only piercing code. If you use any other element, it's going to get self buffs. And that can lead to a lot of problems. You can still use buff break, but then you have to time out your character's attacks to use buff break right after the character that attacked with the wrong element. Qianlong at least does not use paralyze, confusion, or those types of ailments, just stun and poison. Those are a little more manageable, but stun can still lead to a defeat. Qianlong will mostly use lightning attacks, then cold and physical types, then last shadow. It's not so hard to equip versus Qianlong, also why Katarina is so useful here. During this fight, Qianlong will also self-buff, but it is more of a problem of resisting Qianlong for 5-6 turns with your right characters. If you don't have the right characters, it may even be better to wait if you're not strong enough to defeat the romancing stage. I don't know, because there are a lot of problems with using wrong characters here. I will show you two different squads. The first one will be Imperial Cross EX. You can use Forneus as a counter specialist, but he's not here for this. In this fight, you don't really need to counter. Many attacks will be random even, so there's no way to taunt correctly all the attacks. But Forneus is here because enemies weak to cold, right? We can bring a full cold squad to allow a lot of damage. Why? Therese is here as well. Remember, Therese is such a powerful attacker because she gets chases when attacking on overdrive. And then there is also the UniverSe. This is a very good fight to showcase UniverSe because she's a buff breaker that also decreases damage taken to the party by very big numbers. You're gonna use this skill 3 and then skill 2, and then that skill 2 will buff break. You can even use it on overdrive to apply attack boosts as well. I also have Subier that will increase damage on overdrive. I'm using him, but you can use Kihachi, for example. As long as Kihachi is on overdrive and you are using someone else to buff break, it will work because you will remove the buffs that were applied. Then we have Katarina. She's in the back because, well, I didn't have any other place to use her, but you can also use someone like Leon, but you have to time out the attacks pretty well. Of course, Leon's not so hard to manage because he's a fast attacker, but as long as your buff breaker can go right after, it is okay. As for equipment, it was not hard because there are not that many elements in this fight. As you can see, this is the stuff that I'm bringing for my characters. So let's go with the first squad. Okay, the fight starts. You don't need to use the second skill with Forneus to increase chances to apply defense boost or anything. This is where we just start with her skill 3. Katarina will use Fear and Short, and Forneus can either already start with Goblin Will Pull. You can even cast and pass Veil, but that has lightning attack. But even before we use our best skills, let me just discuss this. If you use Slash and Blunt, that is, not Pierce, is going to get a STR buff of medium effect. Medium effect for the enemy will probably be 15%, I believe. That is pretty high. And then when hit by other elements that are not cold, will buff Intelligence by 15%. Intelligence is even worse because you can get stunned. This boss also gets blunt and lightning attack boosts. As you can see here, they last for 2 turns. And will also remove debuffs at the end of even turns. So you can debuff Qianlong pretty well, but it's hard to debuff with the right elements in hand. On start off turn, removes debuffs to agility and intelligence, so it doesn't really matter what you are debuffing here. Then there's a lot of attack boosts and heat ups and accuracy buffs, like always. So I will actually be using Goblin will pull from start. Subier will be using Tidal Spear. With Therese using Frozen Arrows. If you have Kihachi in this squad, for example, you can use her skill number 2, Lightning Dual Strike, from the first Kihachi, and then you can inherit from her newest one, that skill that allows her to get into OG all the time. You can see that the damage was pretty high, 1.3 thousand. We don't have a real healer here. To heal, we have to land weak attacks because of Katarina, so that can lead to some problems. Let's see if Forneus can counter. Not counter. Well, Rei can self-heal for very high numbers. Can even use Dragon Illusion Dance to apply attack boosts. Used a lot of column attacks in a column, right? I have to use Gobi again. To use your cold attacks with Therese, remember that you get 1 BP back, so splash shot is okay. It's back to full HP. Easily. Also, all cold attacks can give you a defense boost because of Forneus. Again, this is the strongest attack in the fight. A lightning attack that hits all. Oh my. Okay, we have 4 characters on overdrive, and so far, Gobi didn't help. Time to use Dragon Illusion Dance once more. Here in short. At this point, I don't know if I use Cure Water or Water Fin Flow. If I use Water Fin Flow, I'll have BP problems later. I'm gonna use Cure Water then. Subier is now on overdrive. He will chase multiple times and buff all status. Therese, let's go. If Subier goes before Therese, it's better, because he then buffs OG attack as well. Didn't go first. But this fight will last for 5 to 6 turns, we'll see. Subier and Therese are both Pierce and cool, that's why they work so well here. 2.3 million damage. The first of his chases. Now it's gonna be 3 million probably. Yes. So the next time that we get into overdrive, this fight is over. Because it will be both Subier and Therese attacking again. Oh, the first time that he used a direct attack, I didn't have Gobi. Time to use the skill tree again. Here in short. I'm gonna use Gobi. Tidal Spear. Frozen Arrows. Well, maybe we can finish this on turn 5. On my live stream, I did it in 5 turns. Nadart's another character that will work here, but Nadart has blunt damage as well, so you really need to see who's buff breaking the boss for you. That is a very strong attack. And it was before Katarina used her buffs. Oh, finally! Trident Fall. Look at the damage of Trident Fall as well. That is the end for you, Titanlung. Since this is just the end, no, Tidal Spear is still better to use. Let's see who's going to finish the fight, Subier or Therese. Well, at least we got lots of good attack boosts because of the other characters going before Therese and Subier. Yeah, this is the end. 5 turns. Immediately on that first hit, the chases is going to start with 2.6. And now how much? 3 million. Very big damage, but Forneus is the key character here. But we can do it without him as well. Okay, now we're going to talk about the second strategy that does not have Forneus and can also land more wrong attacks. Well, here we have Hannibal, a character that I keep using. It just works, man. He has Stardust Plus that buff breaks the enemy, and he's going to buff break a lot. But don't use his skill Flying Wall Dragons. At least with this squad, I didn't have enough BP to keep using Stardust Plus later. But if you have more BP generation, it can work. But I also brought Maria. Yes, Maria is very useful for short fights. It can also be Patrick. It can also be Silence somehow. But she's very useful here. Kihachi is also here, and she is the first style with the inheritance of the Fierce Fighting Spirit skill. And here I have a debuff for James. That can also be Shiel. It can also be, I don't know, Summer or Lette. I'm not so sure if she's going to work so well, because it also removes buffs and debuffs. Then Shirei is here because of Rainbow Flowering Strings. This is very useful, and if someone dies, he still has his passive that will help you keep alive. Well, instead of Hannibal, you can use Final Emperor, but then you need a buff breaker. And instead of Shirei, you can also run Leon. He also works super similarly. So I guess that's the idea. Okay, the fight starts. This one will be a little different. We are going to actually use wrong attacks on Qianlong, so he's going to get super buffed. But at least we have a buff breaker with Hannibal. He's not that fast. He's usually the last one to attack. Let's use all the best skills we can. We don't need to start with Stardust. Yes, because we will not attack as much. Also, Kihachi can start with Fierce Fighting Spirit. And Maria is going to use Light Blast Ceremony. Now, I hope that Qianlong does not use insane attacks on turn 1, because Maria effects only start working on turn 2. He poisoned it as already. Seems to like to use this skill before anything you can do. Well, Shirei is fast though. See that I am buffing SGR of Qianlong because of James. I'm also debuffing, so I don't know, it's not really helping much. No, this was not totally bad. James is on overdrive now. He chases for more stuff. I will still use Flowing Slash. Triple Light Arrows. Now I have to use Stardust. I will also use Lightning Dual Slash, even though she's not going to chase because she's not landing a weak attack. I want to get the permanent laceration. And I prefer to use Light of the Sun this time, because I need to heal a little. From this turn onwards, we have a lot of effects from Maria. Now I just hope that my Hannibal is fast. And use Stardust Plus as soon as possible. Oh, that's also pretty nice. If you use Evasion, you're probably going to evade this powerful skill on the start of turn 2. And now Qianlong doesn't have any more of his free STR buffs. How he likes to use column attacks in their area. Really, really terrible. Seems like I'll have to heal with my Maria yet again. Yes, I will. So, James is gonna use Triple Strike's word. But Hannibal will not use Overdrive, because James is not on Overdrive. So, who's going to use is just Maria and Kihachi. So, let me just choose the right characters to do it, or things can get very complex. If Hannibal goes together, then it means that he's going to buff break a little too sooner. And then James is going to debuff but buff. We don't know if Qianlong is going to buff break us before attack, so better this way. Finally, you can see some damage, huh? Buff break right after. Now I'm debuffing him. Just as expected, we missed one hit. Crazy. But very good timing with his buffs. But this skill also has double element, that's why it is also applying other stuff. He hates Kihachi. Kihachi is kind of in danger here. Triple Strike Sword again. Rainbow Flowering Strings once more. This turn, yet another Stardust. Eightfold. And now I'll be using Light Blast Ceremony because it's the last thing I have. If Kihachi survives this turn, it's over. We're gonna win by the next one. Very nice. Buff break. Boss is almost dead. Oh, finally a counter. It is over. Turn 5 as well. So pretty fast runs if you have these units. Let's go, let's finish this off. Just Kihachi by herself, like the old times, right? So many effects triggering here and there, huh? Okay, already dead. Overkill. So, that is the end, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this can help you also defeat this boss. If you use a different squad, share here in the comment section. Hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.